See, when you get to the point of not caring anymore and just not giving a damn, the freedom that you'll experience is, I'm concerned about your well-being, but I don't give a damn about your opinion of me. I no longer care about what you took me through, what we went through. I may even have a little bit of hope that you'll improve and get better as a person. I'll improve and get better as a person, but I'm not going to carry the weight of having cares for you in my day-to-day activity and in my thought process. So what I want to support you through and support you with is getting to the point where you just don't give a damn anymore, where you just don't care. You don't wish anybody bad. You may not even wish them well. But you go, listen, I've hit rock bottom on the amount of time and space I'm going to spend on what happened between us and the loss in this relationship. I am strategically planning on how to win, how to not just keep my head above water, but by faith and through faith, walk the water. So you no longer get to occupy any space, any activity in my being anymore. I do not care about you in the way that I used to. I don't hate you. I don't want nothing bad to happen about you. I just don't give a damn about you anymore because it does not benefit me that I'm about to do my benefit versus burden work to move on, my forgiveness work to move on, so that I can be happier, better, stronger, wiser, and we're about to do that work and have that conversation right now. Hey there, family and friends. How are you? Welcome back. Welcome back to my family room, my TV room. No fancy podcast setup, no lights, no mic. My ice maker is going in the background, my fan, my AC, my dog. You are in my sitting space. We're about to have a conversation around loss of a relationship, maybe loss of a job, but loss. And it is going to be, Coach Ben, when do I finally stop giving a damn? When do I stop caring? And caring from the perspective where it's eating up your life. It's eating up your livelihood. It's taking up space in your heart, in your mind, in your spirit, and it no longer needs to occupy that space. How long am I going to allow this overthinking, overanalyzing, rumination to happen? When am I going to be able to let go, Coach Ben? Can you help, right? I'm going to try my best to help. I'm going to give you some tools. I might tell some of my own business, spill some of my own tea to support you in identifying if you can see yourself in my situation, right? So many years ago, and I may have shared this in many other videos or platforms, my mother went to a rehabilitation center to work through her substance abuse. And one of the first things that they taught us, or that they teach you, is you got to get sick and tired of being sick and tired. And you can't come into recovery for anybody. I remember them saying it to my 14, 15-year-old self. Your mother can't come here for you. She has to be here because she wants to get well for herself. And one of the things that I took from that in my life was, you have to figure out when you are sick and tired of being sick and tired, just sick of yourself, your behavior. If you are the one on the side of the offense, how long are you going to harp over it? If you are the offender, how long are you going to victimize, manipulate, gaslight, and offend people, right? How long? And you got to get sick of that behavior, and you've got to finally hit rock bottom. And one of the scary things is they told us is that some people never hit rock bottom. So they go through their entire lives being offended or offending. And so the loss of a relationship in particular will focus on that. If it's with a mom, if it's with a spouse, if it's with a good friend, it can shift your state of being, right? And you have to go into recovery. You have to go into rebuilding who you are. You may never be the same. I know people who have lost their parents who have never recovered. They don't look the same. They don't speak the same. Their conversations are in past tense. When mom was here, when dad was here, it's always a used to. Their future no longer exists. They get sick. The shape of their face changes. Grief changes the shape of your face. It blackens and darkens your eyes. Your smile is sullen and sunken. I know people who have lost a spouse, never dated, never married again, became a recluse, barely come out. Grief and loss of a relationship can really shift who you are. And so while I might use a relationship as the talking point, fill in the blank, it might be the loss of a job. And we depend on finances. That's our security, our livelihood. Some people can't rebound. And so, Coach Ben, talk to me about what do I need to do? How do I seek and search my rock bottom? Because I want to change. I really want to move on with my life. I want to figure out what my life is going to look like. So I've got some talking points for you. The first thing, and this is a coaching standard. I've remixed it and renamed it, but it's called benefit versus burden. How does ruminating and thinking about this person benefit me, right? And then how does it burden me? Well, the benefit is you get to keep them present in your thoughts. And the truth is you may not be ready to move on. The burden is you keep them present in your thoughts and you can't move on, right? So the burden is I can't move on with my today to prepare for my tomorrow because I'm too busy looking into yesterday. So break it down. If I'm on a diet, wink, wink, and my favorite food group is all things ice cream, and I say, I want a bowl of butter pecan ice cream tonight. The benefit is I get to satisfy experiencing one of my favorite food groups, Haagen-Dazs butter pecan ice cream, baby. Woo! The burden is, as soon as I'm done, I guilt trip, I beat myself up, I have a pity party. And what I did in that 6 minutes of eating the ice cream, I'm probably going to spend the next 6 days beating myself up over. So I benefited because I love Haagen-Dazs. The burden is it's going to sit on my shoulders and in my belly and on my waistline and in my psyche. So you've got to think about what's my real benefit? What's the benefit of me holding on to this person, and how do I seek out my rock bottom? So first things first, do your benefit versus your burden analysis, right? When you do the benefit versus the burden, ask yourself, how am I winning in life? How am I leveling up in life? Recalling this loss. How has it propelled me to the next level? Has it added extra zeros in my bank account? If you're not winning, recalling the loss of that relationship, then the truth of the matter is you're losing over and over and over again. So do your benefit versus burden work. The second thing that you want to do is your forgiveness work, right? Now, Coach Ben, what do you mean by that? Forgiveness work. Ask yourself these questions. Can I change anything in the now? Can I do anything to undo what happened this morning, last night, last week, last month, last year? If it was my fault, have I done the necessary growth work and asked for forgiveness? One of the 12 steps when you go into recovery is about making amends, right? It's about accepting life on life's terms. It's about taking responsibility and accountability for your actions and then going to the person that you offended and saying, here's how I hurt you. I'm not asking for space back in your life. I'm just asking you to forgive me for the pain, hurt, sorrow, trauma, drama that I brought to your life. Have you done that work? If you need to forgive someone, have you asked yourself, what's the benefit of me holding on to what they've done to me? Every day that I recall what they've done to me, I relive what they've done to me, and they get to do it to me over and over and over again. Am I willing to forgive it? Am I willing to forgive it? And then I want you to ask yourself, how did this make me different? Am I a different man now? If I ask myself, am I a better man?